All right, good evening. Demon Phil here with another episode of Unscripted episode 9, and waiting to get some more people in here. If you can see and hear me in the comments, please let me know so that I'll be able to see that. I would certainly appreciate that. And then also, if you'll go ahead and share this out so we can get as many people in here as possible, we would appreciate that as well. All right, and we've already got some people in here. Excellent. Stockwell, not familiar with you, but thank you for being here. Tom Hutchison, I think I know that name from somewhere. Scott, thank you for being here and appreciate you letting me know you can see and hear me. All right, so we're going to have some fun with this tonight. We've already had some of the guests on here before, and then we've got some that, of their own accord, asked to be on here. And they've actually watched the show before, which is kind of odd. So they actually asked to be on here. I don't know what's up with that, but we're happy to have them on. So let me go ahead and remove the banner and we'll make this official. Get this off of here. All right. Episode 9, Unscripted. So I want to go ahead and thank the sponsors that are willing to go ahead and back this portion of my shows, which are Totally Rad Comics with Totally Rad Life of Violet #3, currently on Kickstarter and doing a hell of a job. So jump on there if you have not and back that one up as well. Now, we've also got Codex Entertainment, which is Luis Torres. Lily the Demoness #4 is on Kickstarter. Definitely back that one. We've got Naughty Fairies. Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin with Wendy Steen Shaner is on Kickstarter right now. You know what to do. And, of course, we have got Pantsless Pizzas on here to go ahead and sponsor us as well. Let me go ahead and put my girl up here. We can't forget about her. And if you don't know enough about Pantsless Pizza, stay around. More reveals coming up. All right, so that being said, it's been great having everybody up here looking at me, but let's go ahead and get some other people up here instead of having you stare at me the whole time. So we're going to go ahead and start off with this. We're going to start ladies first tonight on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out Miss December first off.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
All right, and we've got Becky Fuller on here. And we've got Tom Hutchison.
Hey, everybody.
We have got Angry Artist in the house, William Russell.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And we have got the Clown King himself, Jim Noble.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back, Jim.
Hope you're happy to be back. Episode 9. Yeah.
I get a sexy
for
pizza
everybody.
lady next to me. This is awesome.
All right. And hey, Larry, appreciate you being here. So we got a pretty good little group in here already watching us, which is kind of interesting and terrifying as well, because I got to watch what I say even more.
Wait, it's unscripted.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, honestly, just before I went live on this, it's a good thing that I paid attention, because for some reason, StreamYard decided to go ahead and put this on both Facebook and...
No.
So I edited that real quick. We are not on Facebook, because I would be all kinds of blacklisted after this is over with.
Well, I'm really glad, I'm sober and I'm not, coming at you with all my hand gestures in.
What? I was promised you've been drinking.
Yeah, I'm drinking the prescribed water. So
You either get your pain pills mixed with your alcohol, otherwise I'm walking. It is Saturday night. You need your alcohol.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm looking forward to this all week.
Now, we'll go ahead and start this off with those that are out there that don't know who some of these people are. We're going to kind of go around the board here and let them introduce themselves and let them know where they can be found on that. We will start off with Miss December on this one.
Hey, everybody, I'm December. I'm a former professional wrestler, primarily in the Chicago area. Right now, I am a current poetess and writer and cosplayer on the Naughty Fairies Kickstarter campaign with Wendy Steen Shaner. You can check that out right now. I also do a little bit of poems for Tom Hutchison's Big Dog Inc. comic series. You can check that out on his website and his Facebook too.
And Becky, what about you?
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Becky. I am a writer, artist, model, photographer, kind of a little bit of everything. Most people know me in this industry though because I pretty much manage Shannon Mayer, a comic artist I'm sure most of you are familiar with at this point. Yeah.
All right. And Tom, what about you?
Tom Hutchison, writer, publisher, Big Dog Ink Comics. We published Shannon Mayer's first ever comic book cover. Yes. Yes, we did.
Not a little bit of pride in that by chance, is there?
Zero.
All right. What about you, Angry Artist?
Oh, well, I'm an angry artist. I've got a handful of covers published. I've been doing this now full time for about 2.5 years. Con circuit, things like that. Just enjoying the ride.
Cool. All right, Clown King, you're up.
I'm Jimmy Noble. I am the creator and head writer of Totally Rad Comics. I do everything from 80s action to 80s horror to horror with a H, not a W, but there's also horrors in my stories as well. It's very adult and it's very fun, and I highly recommend it if you are over the age of 18. I also do a all-ages story called The Strange Cosmic Tales, which is a black and white Wally-Wood homage story, and if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend you tell your local comic shop to hit me up, and I'll get it out there to you.
Very
what
cool.
a shill.
Now, whenever we get on here, we always have fun.
Really hear much of what you guys are saying. Is that something that's on my end?
It may
I'm getting
be.
a lot of static and everything.
I don't think anyone else is getting the static over here, are y'all?
It's okay here.
I got
I
nothing.
had a hard
couple
time
times.
hearing you when you did yours.
You're
No, I don't think
definitely
it's static right now.
volume is low, but I don't know how that affects anybody else.
Okay. Let me see. I can change that. Oh, give me just a
Yeah,
second.
everyone else is speaking just breaking up and I can't hear it. Not sure why. It shouldn't be my internet. I've got really fast internet, so I'm not sure.
If you
I've
need
got
to, you
no
can always
stream
drop
either.
out and come back in. That might help too.
He doesn't want to lose the center spot, Tom.
Ah, center
Yeah,
square.
that means it'll go to me.
I understand center square.
All right, can you hear me now?
No, we hear you, Phil. I was having a hard time with Will.
Okay. Yeah. Making sure mine's coming through clear as well.
Yep.
All right, cool. Now,
to go.
we got everything on there. Can you hear us okay now, Angry Artist?
I think there's like a delay.
I don't know. I can't hear you guys. So I'm not sure.
Okay, let me see. Is there still a delay on my end?
No.
Okay. All right, I think we got all the technical difficulties out of the way now. So we get on here and we just kind of go over, it's unwinding from long week, from long year that we're all going through. So we just have a lot of fun, discuss some things and everything. So for, William hasn't been here, Becky hasn't been here, but they've been in the audience a couple of times and willingly decided to go ahead and jump on the panel, which is interesting. So what I'm going to ask everyone right now is, with con season pretty much obliterated, for the year or whatever type thing, and everybody's saddened by that and everything, what I like to go ahead and do is go ahead and bring up, how are we going to go ahead and make a difference in here to where things become memorable? I have to leave Tom for the end on this one because he's already got a game and plan for this. But I just want to kind of ask and kind of go around about, what are some of your most memorable things in the cons that you would love to see somehow, some way brought up to everyone else that we can actually use right now to take up that slack?
Well, I personally, the thing I miss the most is Artist Alley. I love walking through Artist Alley and just browsing through everything and seeing all the talent. And, sure, you can go to different people's websites and browse and stuff like that. But, I miss it all being in one place. You get the whole variety. You don't have to go searching for it. Pretty much all the art you could ever want in the world is right there at your fingertips. And I really miss that.
And that makes sense, because Artist Alley is one of those things that we definitely enjoy going through. And it's not necessarily just going to your favorite artist and your favorite artist alone. You can actually kind of maneuver around and figure out new things that you didn't know were there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that I personally enjoy doing with that. Anyone else got any kind of suggestions on that or what they're looking for?
Same here. I missed Artist Alley like so much, and finding new artists, ones that I haven't seen yet. It really sucks because like I'm not gonna see anything unless it's right there in front of me. So that's been motivating me a lot this year to just try and explore Facebook a little bit. I got out all of like, and I do this every year from C2E2. I save all of the business cards that I get, so I get out all of them, and I go to their spaces and their websites and their Facebooks, and I get on there and I just repost, and I'm like, hey, check them out. This is what their site has. This is what they do. And I just share and spread the word. And I've just been like really prompted to do that this year because like if other people are kind of like me, limited to what they see and what like what access they have, like they're probably not going to even know that they're out there unless someone just says, hey, come here, look at this person, look at what they have to offer, and it's in your face. And then they can just like, oh, hey, yeah, that's really freaking awesome. I'm going to take a look at that site. And some of the artists, you know, they're so busy drawing that they might not even have time to do it themselves either, or they might not want to, or they might not like even know how to navigate a site that well. If that's the case, then it's like I just do it. I'll get online and I'll share their site. Like it's not a problem. Like you just hit the share button, no big deal. Like I'm sure that everybody has seen December hit the share button for an artist like 5 times a day. Everybody has seen me do that like on their feed, and I don't think that anybody has been the slightest bit irritated about it because everybody on there has been really cool. They're like, oh my God, I've never seen anybody do that, or what is that? Like, and then because artists are really cool and they're friends with like 10 other artists, they get a gateway to another artist and it keeps going. And I really like that about the comic industry, and I want to keep that going.
Jim, what about you?
Well, I mean, everything I was going to say, everyone already said, so I mean, they made me
faster next time.
I know. You know, I miss celebrities. I mean, there's that, but I mean, you know how those guys are.
Jim, you're the celebrity. You are the celebrity. You have to get that mindset. You are the celebrity.
I'm so used to being the con goer and not the con, guy, being the guy at the con. But I'm also still, I've only been in this for about a year now, so I'm still.
Have you done a con as a vendor yet?
I have. I've done a few. It's hard to get into shows where I'm at because I'm in the Bible Belt, and because I do adult books, I get frowned upon a lot because they don't even take what I do serious. And it's like, but I literally, I put out this many books. I have a following, and it's like, nope. And it's like, okay, like I'm willing to pay for tables, and they're like, sorry, there's no room for you. But the cosplayer who cosplayed on your cover, she's a featured guest, but it's like, but I can't be an Artist Alley. It's weird. I don't know.
The Bible Belt is great to drive through because you get all these billboards, and one of them is, Jesus will save you, and then the next one is come to this strip club, and then the next one is going to hell. No, we can come to the strip club. Yeah, it's just like
true. It's true.
It's fantastic. I love it down there.
I lived on the Florida-Georgia line for like 5 years, and some of the billboards you come across in those 2 states, oh my God. Yeah, they're priceless.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, they don't like me down there either, but whatever. I drive through. I leave whatever cooties I can, and I get out of there.
Yeah, like they'll have the strip club, and then the next one will be vasectomy, and then the next one will be Reverend George's church, and then it's Church's Chicken, and then it just goes down the list of churches. And
then it just cycles back again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, Tom, what are your thoughts with the whole con thing? Because I know you've got a few.
Well, the reality is that you can't really replicate a convention experience truly online. You can't do it because part of the fun of the Comic-Con is the randomness of it. Especially Artist Alley, but even in just the vendor area, you never know what publishers might be there. You might never know what toy people might be there, whatever. So it's really hard to replicate the experience of a con. But I think in the comic book realm, for the real comic book fans, like they just talked about Becky in December, most of the true comic book people that go to cons go to Artist Alley. And so for a publisher like myself or like Jim, we have the opportunity to try and replicate Artist Alley a little bit, in that we are presenting artists, because we're writers, so what we do is on the inside of the book. But in order to sell that inside, we have to have something on the outside that looks cool and that people are attracted to. So we get to come in and say, hey, here's somebody that, yeah, maybe you've heard of. Here's a Shannon Mayer cover. Here's a Eric Bassel do a cover, whatever. But at the same time, we also get to say, hey, here's dudes that you've never heard of before. Here's Mel Milton, and here's Pedro Perez, and here's, like these folks that were used on Princess vs. Zombies that nobody had heard of before. So I think that's where, with Kickstarters and with some of these Comic-Con line things, as long as whoever's running them kind of understands that people are looking for art and they don't want to just see the same thing over and over again, that's how you can start to try and find a way to replicate some of the, ooh, I found something cool elements. But it's a really hard thing to do.
Get it. Get the kitty. Show the kitty. Yes. Oh, so precious.
Well, it is Catterday.
Yes, happy Catterday.
Sorry, Bella.
William?
Interrupted you. My bad.
No, you're good. William, you're back. Can you hear us okay now?
Yeah, I can. I don't know what was going on. I switched over to my iPad, so yeah, I can hear you guys good now.
Excellent.
So we had asked the question about with the cons kind of gone, for right now. What are we doing, within the industry just to kind of get our names out there and everything to go ahead and get cons or get that, at least that experience going? And what are things that you miss most about cons?
I definitely miss the people. The one-on-one, actually getting to chat with people and, hearing their stories, hearing what they love to see in the industry. Definitely the variety from the aspects of whether it's the art or whether it's the writing, the different ideas of what they think stands out and what pops. Just the interaction in general, in my experience, has always been really good. Just people being excited to see you. I think all of us can agree that's a really good feeling when you see them coming to your table with the biggest grin in the world, and then they want to stand there and chit chat for 30 or 40 minutes. I think it's awesome. I miss that the most, for sure.
And that is absolutely true, because it's the fan interaction is one of the biggest things about the cons. It's not the exclusives and the celebrities and things like that. For me, especially as a fan going into this, I like being able to go up and actually talk to people. And that's why I'm enjoying this like you couldn't believe, because I actually get to talk to people who are way out of my wheelhouse of what I would ever meet in my regular life until I started doing this, which is amazing. Right. So it's very cool to be able to do this. And people who are coming out to the cons and everything, they want that experience as well, where they can come up and say, not only is that a great cover that you've done, or I love this series that you came up with, or whatever, but it's like, okay, I want to know that that's an actual real human being that's doing these kinds of things, that they actually have a heart and soul they put into it. Now I want to know what it looks like in person.
Yeah. And I was on the other side of that table for a long time. Sadly, it happens. Sometimes you shouldn't meet the people you're really super fond of. But, and there's a lot of people in the industry today that could damn sure eat some humble pie and probably buy the truckloads. And that goes from group admins to artists to writers to publishers. They all could eat some humble pie. You're not running into buildings saving little babies from fires. You're drawing and you're writing comic books. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be about the people. So it's, when you get to go to the cons and you have the great experiences, that definitely makes it worth the while. And you do get the bad sometimes, but like you said, that's what it's supposed to be about, is the fan base. And, and inspiring the next generation of people that's going to be doing this. I mean, I think that's what makes it the most, incredible of an experience. So
Now, in kind of going with this, the reason I brought this up is because Meredith put this up in here because this is part of the Indie Event 2020 banner. We're underneath this for this show. Last night's show and tonight's show are underneath this banner. And yes, they agreed to actually have Unscripted under their banner. I don't know if they're going to agree to that tomorrow morning. We'll see. But the whole Indie Event thing is basically taking, I have a show, other people have shows, other people have things they want to sell, they have panels they want to do, whatever the case may be. If they have product they want to sell, and they know everybody does their own thing. Well, for this weekend only, Indie Event is going ahead and doing this as not an online con. We're not doing it that way at all. But it's showing that we can actually come together and put aside all differences because everybody's in this industry together. And I'm loving the way that this is actually coming out on this because they have been busy since 9 o'clock this morning. Today, they did it yesterday, and tomorrow they're finishing it up. So we're talking about a lot of time that's put into this to go ahead and get this running. And I appreciate Meredith and the rest of the team for going ahead and doing this. And Meredith is actually on her way to being in here very shortly, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So we can kind of talk to her about that as well. But I wanted to bring that up because going ahead and working together on things is great because you get some great ideas and some great things put out there that change the perception you have on some people with some things. I can pretty much, well, actually, everybody in this panel, I know for sure, has things that they've done or are working on right now that puts them into other people's works as well. December, you are on a cosplay cover, which I am getting from Naughty Fairies.
Good choice.
I want that thing signed, by the way.
Mine too, yes.
Becky, we were discussing in the green room a little bit about some of the stuff you're doing, and apparently you have something else that's going on because December is busting at the seams to let us know about that.
Yes, Becky has a new painting that she's working on, and she had her first piece, her first painting piece, just published by a magazine that's coming out, along with 4 articles that she wrote.
nice.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
everybody.
And I picked that up too, so it's on its way, but I did get to see the digital version because they included that. The link is on my Facebook if anybody else wants to pick that up too.
Yeah, it's a really good issue, and all the proceeds from this issue, or not a portion of the proceeds from this issue, are going to charity. So we're really excited about this issue. It's Illuminous magazine, and you can find the link on December's profile. But yeah, that's awesome. And I'm also doing a guest story for Cardinal Confessions with Sora Sung.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really
Very
excited
nice.
about that. It was a really cool opportunity for her to ask me to do, and I was, of course, like, yes, absolutely. And so we picked the topic last night in Discord, and I'm really excited to do it. It's gonna be great.
Very cool. Now, Jim, I know you've got your hands in a lot of cookie jars. So you work with a lot of people on a lot of different things, which is actually very cool because you have a couple of crossovers and whatnot. And it not only draws attention to you, but you share that with other people, which is really cool too. And right now you've got a crossover with Naughty Fairies, correct?
I do.
And what else do you have going right now that you're actually working with somebody else on?
Let's see. So I got the crossover connecting cover with Wendy, Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin #4. We did a crossover cover with Al Simpson's Vampires of New Jersey #6. That was on Kickstarter 2 months ago. Then we also I've been working with Luis Torres on Lily the Demoness #4. We also did a crossover cover, and we're also doing a special #1 featuring both our #1s together in a book. And David Daub, who we did a book, I believe it was called, it's a really long name, so bear with me here. It was high school cheerleaders versus Dusk. We did a crossover cover with them, featuring Violet from Totally Rad Comics. So I like working with everybody. Especially, like, to me, working with all these indie creators is like the equivalent of, like, back in the 90s when, you saw Spawn and, a Brigade issue, or, you saw Batman and Spawn in an issue. That's how big it is to me as it was then. Like how big of a deal it is. Like it's mind blowing because you don't see that a lot with a lot of these indie comics that have been coming out. You don't see that many crossovers like that.
Now, William, I'm fixing to get to you here in just a moment, but first I have got Meredith that I'm going to bring her out real quick.
Cool.
Welcome to the show, Meredith.
Hey, Meredith.
Hi, Meredith.
Hey, Meredith.
Oh, you're muted.
It's been a really long day. Hi,
I can
guys.
imagine. So we're just kind of going through some things right now, kind of going over some projects. I'm going to talk to you here in just a moment, but I want to go to William real quick because, William, I'm going to give you some props on yours because you deal a lot in the horror aspect of doing things and drawing those, and you've come up with some amazing stuff. You actually have your art book, which I still need to get my hands on. I've got to get with you afterwards because I keep forgetting about that. Remind me. So you've dealt with that, but you've also had that you've gotten on some other projects and worked on, but now you're working with someone else on a project as well, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So far, I've done. What was it? I did an exclusive for Wendy for Naughty Fairy Assassin swimsuit. I've done a cover for this upcoming Kickstarter, Sauron, and then I've done issue number 2, the exclusive for Aeonian. And then the project I'm working on right now, which I can't spill any beans on, is actually for a super popular book, and I'm absolutely having a ball with it, which will actually have a Naughty and Nice version to it also. And then as far as my art books, this past January, I self-published 2 of my own art books out of my own dime. I didn't do Kickstarter or nothing like that. I figured if it was going to be my first project, go balls out and fund it myself and put all my energy into it. And that was a huge hit. I did 200 prints of each one. One's a horror icons, nothing but horror art that I've done. The other one was all, fan art of, different superheroes and stuff like that. And pretty much every single one of those sold out within a month of me putting them, out on social media. I'll do another set come, January this coming year. I've done stuff for Upper Deck, the normal sketch card grind and things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've done so far. One of these days I'll stop slacking and I'll put a portfolio together and start sending to some of the companies if I can ever get a break from commissions, which I guess is a good problem to have.
Yeah, and I've seen I haven't seen the full art book, of course, but I've seen a lot of things that you were posting and a lot of things that other people were posting about it. So that's what's got me so interested, because not only is it just great art, but everybody was so excited about it. That's what gets me. It actually gets me in trouble in a lot of things, because whenever I see everyone else getting excited about things, I'm like, okay, I got to get involved. If they're that excited, I got to find out what's going on here.
Yeah, I've got a great group of people, man. My anger knots they're badass. They show tons of support and protection from some psychos, but they're great. They're hilarious. They're awesome. Every one of my exclusives I've done have sold out within, short time of it being posted. So that's a good thing to have. All the Kickstarters, of course, for everyone, those were funded and stuff, from everyone. So that was great. No cancels or anything. So that was good. But yeah, horror is definitely my genre. Hang on. Horror is definitely my genre. I love it the most. I've got 4 daughters, and all 4 of them are huge horror fans. So getting into the Naughty and Night stuff has definitely been a little challenging for me. I've turned down a lot of work for that, but I've kind of started stretching my legs a little bit on it since so many people, that just kind of seems to be where a lot of the industry is going in now, especially indie world. So it's been a fun ride. I've got a great following that I'm super proud of so far. So
very cool. And Tom, you're involved in everything because your name is everywhere. So what you actually, your stuff with Big Dog Inc. of course speaks for itself, but you actually again work with other people on a lot of different things and help kind of cross promote and do with that to a degree as well. And you've got a big one coming up in September. with ClickCon. So we can kind of briefly talk about that to kind of go over there, because I know we got some other shows that we'll be doing about that'll specifically be on that one.
Yeah, we actually, when I going all the way back, because this is Big Dog Inc.'s 10-year anniversary. It's Critter's 10-year anniversary this year. We're doing a Kickstarter for her next Saturday in a week on the 18th. In the first miniseries that we did, issue number 4, we actually had guest stars from other people's comics in the book, people that I knew that were doing their own books. So all the way back 9-10 years ago, I was already trying to like, hey, let me put your character in this book, and we can talk about trying to cross these things over and build awareness going both directions. So I've always been into that thought process, but it's often a difficult one because there are, shall we say, egos in the industry, and sometimes those are hard to knock over. But once you kind of have found your path through the labyrinth, and who wants to work and who's excited about it, who gets it. That's the key part, is who really gets it. They understand the value of doing it. That's when good things can really happen.
And it does. And again, we're not getting into great detail, of course, with this, and definitely paying attention to what's going to be going on with ClickCon 2020, because it's going to be absolutely huge. And if you missed my show last night, definitely go back and watch that, because we got over a lot of details that we can talk about right now. And you know how Tom is. He'll be leaking this stuff out as we go along for the next, 2 months?
Well, yeah, it's basically 2 months till we launch. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Art drops have started happening. Name drops have started happening, sort of small details. We talked about the cosplay contest that we're doing last night. So all of the details are starting to pop out. But yeah, I'm as everybody knows, I am the burlesque of comic book marketing, and you will get the teases until you get the reveal.
All right, so I'm going to go to Meredith right now, but before I get Meredith to talk about this and everything, because we were talking about the indie event and everything that's going on today and everything, I need to go ahead and mention that there is one word that brings this whole thing together today with indie event and with the entire thing that's going on this weekend, and that one word is butt beard.
Yes.
Yeah, I was asked to go ahead and use that word somewhere on the show tonight, because it's been used in every show on the indie event for today. So I was asked to go ahead and throw that in there. So that being said,
Thank you, Phil. I love you.
So with Meredith, I'm going to go ahead and bring up real quick that not only the indie event, but Terraform Comics, and actually I will have a panel with Terraform Comics in about 2 weeks. We're going to be going over how they formed, what they've got going on, and some of the stuff they're doing, because they're coming up pretty quick. I mean, they put this thing together, and it's becoming a deal. I mean, it's becoming something real, which is interesting. So Meredith, if you want to go ahead and talk about what's going on with Terraform and what's going on with the indie event.
Well, I think I'm going to save Terraform when we have more of the group, because I am more of the social media director and everything. I am involved in a lot of what they're doing. And it's kind of neat because it's a round table where instead of more of a hierarchy, so we all have an equal voice in it, which is really interesting. And when we're looking at the different comics and the different projects that we either want to expand on or support, we're all coming together and we're talking about it. Again, we all have an equal voice in it, and it's kind of crazy how I even fell into it, but hopefully I bring some value to the group. And as far as indie event, this was supposed to be Tampa Bay Comic Con, and it kind of broke our hearts, the people here down in Florida, that we were saying, a lot of us were saying, if it happens, then there's a chance that the rest of the year is going to happen. And when it failed, I mean, we were looking at the calendar going, we only have a couple more days. If they don't cancel by then, it's going to happen. And then they canceled. And so with Geek Insider, because that's where this was actually birthed, we did an event back in April. We were thinking about doing another one in July. We're planning on doing another one at the end of October for around Halloween time. When we were getting closer and it looked like the world was going to open up again, I was like, you know what? I'm going to Tampa Bay. I'm going to just live stream from there. We don't need to do some virtual event because everybody's kind of getting on Zoom or StreamYard or Restream or whatever it is. And it was just nice, the idea of just getting out there again. So when it didn't happen, we were like, okay, Rob Anderson came over and he says, hey, remember that thing you were planning on doing for July? I was like, man, I've only got 2 weeks to try and get this together again, you know, and it's not just me. I mean, I'm like the keeper of the calendar. I'm really good at organizing stuff and kind of making a roadmap. It was all of you guys, Demon Phil, you know, you said, I will do an extra show. You know, I'll have an extra time. Indie Volt Radio, Comic Book Advocates, Rob Anderson, Brian K. Morris. So many people came together with their own shows and said, we'll take a time slot. That made it so much easier for me as an organizer to say, okay, I don't need to set up a room. I don't need to be the moderator. I don't have to be here all day. I was anyway because it was fun. And I literally tuned into just about every show today just to say hi and share it out with the network and stuff. But seriously, the independent creators that are out there, everybody that's in this room, kudos to you for spreading the word and just sharing the love of what you do out there. It is so important. And I am thankful and I'm blessed to literally have all of you in my life one way or another.
We love you, Meredith. You do so much for us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Now we have a question in the audience. It looks like it's a pretty hot question. I don't know. Jim, this one's for you.
What we are. No, I'm in the freezer right now. I didn't want to. I was being as distracting as possible. But
Are you in the freezer again?
My freezer, yeah. My arms are cold, but luckily I have gloves today. I got the UV gloves, so my hands will be warm. Oh wait, that protects me from heat, so maybe there means it'll be cold. I don't know. It keeps the cold in.
You need a better phone, dude.
I know.
Look, she's been here for one show and she's figured that out.
No, she was here it's been episode 4.
I can't remember which one, but
She's been watching.
It was before your birthday. You had burnt pizza. You had your phone in the. He literally closed the freezer door on his phone, so it was like just a dark screen.
That was the first time my phone ever froze. Like my not ever froze, but the first time my phone ever almost had a meltdown. So that was the start of it all.
That was whenever we lost it, because we thought you were just like standing outside with your back to the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden you closed the door. That was, we were on the floor.
Oh, we were dying.
It was done. It was absolutely done.
Hey, it's tough, being an indie artist and having really crappy phones.
Well, I mean, who else has a crappy phone in here? Because, I'm just...
Oh, no. I guess I'll do that.
I do. I'm on the laptop, though.
We got to mess with Jim. Because Jim messes with us enough as is.
Yeah, mine's nowhere near as bad as Jim.
Never. I have never messed with anybody.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Tom is like eerily quiet over there while you're saying that kind of stuff.
Tom can't hear.
Tom can't hear me.
I don't know what's going on.
So
see, this is
I'm
why you
sorry
got to
for.
tune into every Unscripted, so you'll know what the hell's going on.
I was going to say I came in a little bit late, so I don't know what I missed, but I'm not seeing anybody drawing like boobs. Where's our boob guy?
Hey, I got a stuff right here.
Boobs.
All right.
Hang on.
Nice.
Angry Artist is getting full screen. Hang on, let me see.
What?
Get Angry Artist full screen, and I'll go around. All right, there's Angry Artist. Who's next? We'll go with.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's-
Tom,
Thank you,
you're
thank
up.
you,
I like that.
thank you, thank you.
Oh, there's the Justin Hunt. Oh, Justin is watching right now. For some reason, he cannot do the comments. So everybody kind of give him a shout out, but he is in the audience right now.
Hey,
Justin,
Justin.
You have to have
Hi.
you have to have a YouTube account to
See,
comment.
boobs.
Hi, Justin.
And it's a 9.9.
Who else has got it? Oh, here we go.
Boobs.
Steph Wilson did a commission for me. That's Veruca Salt.
Oh, wait, that's not just a regular commission. That actually got the approval of the character.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, the actress
Wait,
saw
that Oompa
her.
Loompa's still alive? Oh,
Yeah, that
really?
was so awesome.
I don't. Did I? What did I do?
I kind of have boobs.
This is what I did the one time.
Well, you still got it?
I still got it. What are you kidding? I
Oh,
drew
my God.
Phil.
I still have mine.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. For those that
Oh,
have
wait,
not been
I've
here
got-
for that episode, it was drawing me with boobs was a whole episode.
There we go.
I think that was with Christy Shin.
Yeah.
All right,
it was.
Becky, we're all jealous.
There, boobs.
I know Becky's showing off big time over there. It's like, come on.
Becky's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no big deal, whatever.
Those are metal prints, by the way.
All beautifully framed behind you.
That's like if I said, everybody show your Godzilla stuff, and everybody be like, okay, Tom, no, slow down.
Okay, I
Now you've done it, Phil. Here we go.
Oh, see?
Next 2 hours.
ooh, do I need to go get my Godzilla?
Uh-oh, a fellow Godzillian.
Listen, if you don't have Godzilla needlepoint, you can't win this battle.
Oh my.
What about my Godzilla thong though? Does that count?
Oh, no.
The sad thing is, I can see Tom being on Etsy for like 2 hours going, no, I don't want that needle point. That one is like just too, like that one doesn't do it right for me. That one is just incorrect.
Yep, Joshua is correct on that. Becky is just cheating, absolutely. And Joshua can't be wrong because he is guest relations for Naughty Fairy, so that's like, you know, that's official
Oh,
there.
here you go.
Becky's
Here you go,
just sitting
Phil.
there like, haters gonna hate, whatever.
okay.
And I
Here you
see
go, Phil,
Wendy
since
here.
you were-
I think she just finished up with Russ Explode.
Yes.
Since you were mentioning horror, Phil. There you go.
Ooh,
Oh, that's nice.
that's awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
Dude, tell us more about that. Can you like say more about that one?
Yeah,
Well,
that is
one's
nice.
actually going to be in the book that I'm going to try to do later this year. Well, it'll probably be next year now. I'm doing a storyline called Psycho Sal, and it's based off an artist that is getting pulled into some serial killings that are happening that are being based off of his like morbid paintings that he does. My daughter's actually going to write the book for me. So
Wow.
that's going to be one of the characters in it. I don't have the Psycho Sal piece near me, or I'd show you that. But yeah, that's going to be what that's for. It's going to be another antagonist in that. So
That's
but
badass.
I'm doing mine a little different. I'm a huge Stephen King fan, and I'm a huge Bernie Wrightson fan. So mine is going to be set up a little bit more the way those guys did Cycle of the Werewolf, to where the art is just ever so many pages, and then that way it's more about the story and everything as far as the way I look at it. And plus, like I said, my daughter, giving her the ability to do the writing on it. So I want it to be really like concentrated on what she's doing. So. But yeah, that's if it's hard, you can always sign
Posted
me
on
up
that
for
because I am so in for that one.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I haven't seen anybody do anything like that, so I thought it'd be kind of cool, kind of original, and plus, I mean, I don't see a lot of people doing horror in general, especially kind of heavy horror when it comes to dealing like with serial killers and stuff like that. So I figured it'd be something kind of fun to do. So.
Very cool.
Let's see,
Can't everything have boobs? Dang.
That's where you're
Frames in
wrong,
here.
sir.
That's what you
where you're
think.
wrong.
If it makes anybody feel better, one of the characters in the book is, he's got his own boobs, so that'll fit in and get the boob attention. So
even I have boobs, and I still have prints all around here of me with boobs because y'all just had a blast with that. Hi. I even have a Justin Hunt original, a David Fott original. I've got all kinds of stuff. Just because y'all decided to draw me with boobs.
It's a thing.
Maybe I need to break out the portrait pencil and do you a real one with boobs.
I don't know. I had Christy Shin on here, probably 4 unscripteds back.
Yeah.
And she drew me with boobs about 4 or 5 times and just kept going with it. And we were done. We were laughing so hard at that one because everyone that was on here was pencils going at it. I mean, including Meredith. Meredith even drew.
I don't draw.
Tim did. Everybody was having a blast. The people in the audience were even doing it.
But I mean, that's what it's all about. It's all about just having fun. I mean, it's, you know, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I've met a lot of cool people and a lot of great people. And the ones that just can't enjoy the ride just blows my mind. The petty silliness of some of the people. You know, I'm just like, how are you not having fun with this? I mean, you could be out here digging ditches for $8 an hour or breaking concrete. I was like, you obviously stayed sheltered too long. You don't realize what real work is. So this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell wants to know, yeah, speaking of which, where is my Demon print fill? I'm going to tell you right now, Russell, that is on the way because that's going inside of your book jacket for your book. Might even be a variant cover. We're still working on that.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
I was worried about Russ because when I was watching his show, he kept on popping in and out of his own show. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, he is freeze frame.
The Jay Giles band is going to start suing him.
And Eve still has, yes, you do, Eve, because actually you never even sent that to me in email. You need to send that so I have that too. But yeah, definitely send that to me. Because like I said, everyone that was here was drawing and having a blast with this. And I don't care. I was having fun with it too. Everyone that was here was having fun. That was the only thing that was, that was needing to happen with that. I mean, that's all you can do is you either laugh or cry. I choose laugh.
Yep.
Got to have nothing but a good time.
Yeah.
Treat it like a strip club.
Story of my life.
You ain't missed nothing. I used to be a bouncer in one.
I used to be an attendee in one.
I thought you looked familiar. Stay off the stage, dude.
I just don't want to be a janitor in one.
In the Philippines, I was swinging from pole to pole in the Philippines. That one I went to, it was pretty fun.
Hey, don't be shy. There's nothing wrong with guys getting up there shaking it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Don't be scared. Oh, can't be scared.
What was your income for that night, Jim?
I made 40 pesos, which I think is like $1 American. But it was funny, the person who gave me the peso was one of the strippers who worked there. So it was just like, it's like we just went full circle. It's like, thanks, and here you go.
There you go.
You sure it wasn't $1 to put your clothes back on?
There's a video of it out there somewhere. I have a video. I don't know where though. But it does exist, and if my Navy buddies are watching it, then it'll sure go live on Facebook soon. But
is that the video on the top of your Kickstarter?
That should be a stretch goal. That should be one of the stretch goals. If we hit our next stretch goal, we'll send that video out to all the fans.
No,
that would be a guaranteed stretch.
Your next stretch goal is your phone. I'm telling you right now.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna jump all over that. You could make your stretch goal $100,000. They'd be like, "Yeah, get him a phone. Get him a phone."
Yeah.
That should just be the Kickstarter. Get Jim a phone.
Yeah,
there really was no goal. The $1,000 was for the phone.
Kickstarter.
Yep. We'll tell everybody you're stripping to try to get a phone and put yourself through college or whatever, and, man, we'll have that funded in no time.
He said it's time to find that video.
Yes, it is.
I remember the exact song too. I heard it in the movie the other day, and I was just like, "Oh, that takes me back."
What was it?
I don't know the name of it, so I'm not into modern music. So it was like one of those. At the time, it was like a hit, and there was a movie called Let's Be Cops. In that movie, there's a song in that movie that is that song that I danced to, but I don't remember the name of it. I don't know the artist. I don't know the name.
Was it that I Touch Myself song?
No. That's actually on my playlist.
Man, that's a great song. Don't.
It is a great song.
Mine too. It is.
That's one of the best songs from what was it? The 80s, 90s.
I'm watching a video of Jim. I'm sorry, it's not.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Y'all so crazy.
It gets that way sometimes.
I'll drink to that.
Jim, did you have a stripper name or
No, I had a clown name because I almost got into Ringling Brothers Clown College, but that's a different story.
He was going by Bootylicious.
So my clown name would have been Pukes McGee, and unfortunately, I could walk on stilts and play the accordion, but I can't juggle. So I was like Weird Al, but with face paint and on stilts. True story. I'm not like, this isn't a joke. This is real life. Like, this is the reason why I joined the Navy, is because I didn't get into the service.
The sad part is, I believe all of it. It's just that, like, what happened to the accordion?
I still have it. I have it in my parents' house. I don't play it anymore. By request, I don't play it anymore.
See, if there was that game like 3 Truths and a Lie, I would never guess that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, there's you a variant cover right there of Jim on stilts with an accordion.
Steph is already drawn. He's like,
if I'm on stilts, I'll be as tall as Tom.
There you go.
No.
What?
You'll still have about a foot left.
I'll come close.
So I did you, when you went for your recruitment, did they ask you, so why do you want to join? And you said, because I couldn't become a clown?
Yes, and this is exactly what they told me. Don't ever tell that to the instructors in boot camp. I said, okay. And then it was funny because I felt like I kind of made it once I got to boot camp, because they called everyone clowns when I was at boot camp. So I was like, hey, I'm an ass clown, but at least I'm a clown now.
Goals, man, goals.
So Jim joined the Navy to become a clown.
No. So here's the kicker. This is where it gets like the best, right? So I'm on board the USS Ohio. It's the second submarine I served on. And I tell this story because, you're trying to introduce yourself. You're like, why'd you join the Navy? It's like, well, I couldn't get into clown college. And they go, ha, ha, ha. I go, no, I'm serious. Like, I didn't know how to juggle. So fast forward a couple weeks later, all the guys on the boat are talking about it. He's like, this fucking Noble guy, he's so joking around and saying he didn't know how to juggle. Gets to the captain of a nuclear-powered submarine, and the captain pulls me aside, and like, I'm just thinking, like, I didn't do anything wrong. There's no way we could have done it. I could have done anything wrong. We're out to sea. I didn't do anything. I wasn't drinking. And they go, he goes, so I heard some things about you. I was like, no, there were a couple of rumors. There's a couple of rumors out there in the Navy port at this time, so it could be a couple things. So I don't know where he was going with it. I hope he wasn't going with the one that I thought of, but luckily he wasn't. And he goes, and he pulls out of his pocket. He's got juggling balls in his pocket, and he goes, by the end of this underway, I'm going to teach you how to juggle. Come on down to my stateroom, and we will make it happen. Shit you not, this actually happened. This was real. And did I learn how to juggle?
Okay,
yes.
but what was
did
the
I
other
forget?
one you
Yes.
were worried he was going to say?
I can't. Well, actually, we're on Unscripted, so I guess I could tell that story. Phil,
Okay,
we won't
what
get.
was the one that you were worried he was going to say?
For a back rub.
You could.
It involved me and a bowl. We'll just leave it at that. I want to tell the story, but I don't think now is a good time to tell the story.
Are those juggle balls in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me?
Okay.
I just thought it was hilarious that he had juggling balls with him. before even knowing me who I was. Like we were out to sea for like a couple weeks, and then this guy comes up and goes, "It's the captain of the ship. He's got juggling balls." Wait? First off, he had juggling balls before he even met me. Why does he bring juggling balls with him?
Obviously, he couldn't get into clown college either.
Maybe he likes to juggle.
I guess
It was a
very weird situation.
Clown's career path. It starts with Navy.
Well, now all the circuses are bankrupt, so
and suddenly you can juggle.
that's true. But now all the circuses they're no longer around, so I guess I kind of made the right choice.
Giovanni just got in here.
Hey, Giovanni.
Yeah, welcome to Unscripted, Giovanni. You know how it goes.
But yeah, at the time, there was a reason why the Ohio was my second ship that I went to, and not staying on one ship for 4 years, which is what you're supposed to do.
Because you juggled all the balls on the other ship?
I did some things. not those kind of things. Oh God.
Sure. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
Just take a deep breath.
See, for the first time, Jim's actually hearing everything that he's saying because he's not drinking. So he's over here.
I know, it's weird.
I can't believe I'm saying this out loud.
I'm stone cold sober, and this is the honest truth. This is Jim after dark. This is Jim after no alcohol. Because I'm sure if I was drinking, you guys wouldn't believe any of this. But
I love you, Jim.
I'm on antibiotics, so there we go. There's my excuse. That worked, yeah.
William, I saw that you're he heard Jim's on antibiotics and he was like, nope, too easy.
No, I'm on antibiotics because of my kidney. I had appendicitis over the week. Not because of anything. God damn.
Sure. See what happens when you're handling someone else's balls?
You
got to get on medication.
My appendix almost burst over the week. I was in the hospital. I swear, I have a prescription.
Sure, I bet you do.
Oh God, I'm just digging that hole, aren't I? Can we talk about something else?
I couldn't pass it up. You said that, and I saw William pick his head up, and his mouth was open, and he went, no. He just shook his head and kept going to work.
What did you see in the hospital on the 4th of July?
What did I see?
Not too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Wait, what do you mean? What did I
There's
see?
no honor in this.
Like when you
Too
went
easy.
into the hospital for your ruptured appendix, what did you see in the hospital?
Nurses, doctors.
Did you see any chaotic?
Did I see like people with like their digits blown off? No, I didn't see any of that. No, I got one when I got there. It was early enough that no one was like rolling in with like their arm blown off or anything. But it was funny because the surgeon was pissed. She was like, "I would just take your appendix out right now."
Does that happen frequently where you are?
Well, in Texas, I guess when the 4th of July comes and all these rednecks with dynamite are blowing limbs off each other, apparently. And
are fireworks legal in Texas?
Oh, yeah.
Texas. Yeah.
Everyone has a gun, so I'm assuming it's legal.
Well, they're illegal
Yes.
in Illinois.
Oh my God, yes. My
Yeah, there's
family
only a
has
few
fireworks
areas.
stand in Texas. Yes, they are very legal.
Yeah, there's only a few
I've never
places.
been there, so like I had no idea.
Yeah, there's just a few places where they say it's banned or whatever. You can't actually. Yeah, they still.
Yeah, you can't get them in Chicago unless you go across the border to Indiana or Wisconsin and smuggle them into your car.
Or you can smuggle it. If you go to Wisconsin, you can just put them in cheese, like a giant thing of cheese, and no one will look in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all I got about Wisconsin. Cheeseheads.
But yeah, they do. I mean, you can get serious fireworks in Texas, not just the regular stuff, the good stuff.
Yeah, like actual like explosives from military bases.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're not usable.
Yeah, the stuff you can get. Yeah, the stuff
Oh, he
we could
did.
carry growing up was insane. It was, I don't know how it was legal. It was insane.
But yeah, like the surgeon was like, "I'll take your appendix out. I would take your appendix out, but I'm dealing with all these surgeries with sewing people's fingers back on." I was like, "Oh, all right." She was pissed.
Such a
Oh,
good
Becky
girl.
wants to see you. Yes, Brian.
Oh, there's a
come
dog.
up in here.
Hi,
He's,
baby.
he's causing trouble in the bedroom.
Hi, baby.
That's the good dog. That's the one that you tried to.
No, he's not. He peed himself, and he's been dropped off in here as a result.
Oh,
And he
Aw.
left a gift in the bedroom today too. So
Poor
no, he's not
baby.
good. But hey, he's cute.
I thought he was wearing a diaper.
We had to change him.
Mhm.
I'm so confused right
That
now.
every once in a while.
Joker pees himself, so he has to wear a diaper.
Is he an older pup?
No, he's potty trained, but he does this to piss us off.
Oh. Yeah, I have a mature dog, and every once in a while she
he's
loves
a terrier.
she loves to pop up on the bed, and she pisses on my husband's side of the bed. It's
Yeah.
very
Ooh.
frustrating.
So that means she's trained then.
Well, but I actually sleep on the couch, guys.
Yeah, I hear that. Like Joker like knows he's not supposed to. He's housebroken. He is trained. He knows he's not supposed to do anything. But Brian is very lenient, and he's like, "Oh no, he's just a puppy. He doesn't know any better." So he gets away with everything.
Yeah, but you tried to bust him on that video that you had with the live.
I know, and he didn't do
He did
anything.
nothing. He was acting like the best, well-trained dog that I've seen.
And then the second I turned it off, like he just ran through the house, and he was insane again. Plotting something right now. I don't know what it is.
And
Becky,
Becky,
you can have him.
animals.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, Becky's got a few animals from what I remember.
Yeah.
What kind of animals do you have?
5.
5.
Yep. 3 cats, 2 dogs. One of the other cats just briefly made an appearance. I've got
Cats are awesome.
Oh,
this little guy.
Cats are awesome.
yes.
Always. He
I
is a
miss having
mama's
cats.
boy. Big time.
I used to have ferrets.
Oh,
Ooh, ferrets are a
Melissa,
lot of fun.
That is
I
one
love
of my
ferrets.
dearest friends, Melissa, who's in the comments.
They love to hide all the shiny stuff.
Ferrets are great.
I used to have one. She used to steal my. I don't know how she knew. Like maybe your feet smell different. I don't know, but she used to steal specifically my left shoe and my hairbrush. I don't know why, but she had the one spot under the bed. So if I was looking for my hairbrush, I would know exactly where to reach for it and get that. I had another one who used to steal all the water bottles and hide them under the couch. So it was like really weird.
She's particular.
Yeah, just very weird. But I love them. I miss them so much. I miss having ferrets.
I had three ferrets, 6 dogs, 2 goldfish I won at the carnival, and 1 cat.
How long did your carnival goldfish live?
One lasted the car ride, and then the other one lasted about a week. And then he got too stupid, and he got stuck in a reef, and he could have just backed out of it. Would have been fine, but he just got stuck there and starved himself to death.
Oh no! My aunt had she had a carnival goldfish, and no matter what she did, it wouldn't die. You know, it was like one of those things where she saw that it wasn't really swimming. It was just kind of like floating there, but it wasn't belly up or anything. So she thought it was dead. She flushed it down the toilet, and it came back. She's like, I can't get rid of the fish. It was like demon fish. I was like, oh my god.
See, I love winning fish.
It was her, not me.
When are we going to get the totally rad clownfish comment?
Hey, now that you said it, now I got to make it happen. We still got to do that toaster story, Tom. You got to get that toaster story going. You know, Halloween's right around the corner.
Man, you don't even know what my fall is so ridiculous. It's not even funny. So you're gonna have to do that one on your own, I think. Just get Steph to draw the waffles, and you'll be fine.
You know, I wonder if he'll do that. He probably would.
Of course he'll do that.
He would.
Yeah, he will.
Of course he'll do that.
First ever sexy toaster cover.
And you have to get December to do a poem for it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm not a boaster, but here is my toaster.
Poem about toasters. I love it.
Toasty, the killer toaster.
But can you write it in haiku?
Now you're asking too much.
No, I might have to think about it for a little bit. Let's see.
Now, Tom, you don't have any pets, right?
No, I have moved past the pet period of my life. We had
Wait,
we
you
had
don't have a cat?
Zero.
Wow.
Zero. We had 2 dogs, technically 3, before I was divorced. Two big mastiffs. That's where Big Dog Inc. came from. And but they both passed, and then we got a third. And then I had my divorce, and I was like, yeah, the animal thing is done now. That's over with.
I don't know what Tom's talking about. He has Critter. That's his cat.
That's what we need. That's it. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I got no pets now either. Well, I got a girlfriend, but that's about it. But I'm bummed. She won't watch this. That's fine.
Well, you are recording this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got some leverage on Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck. It's not Facebook official.
You are in big trouble, buddy.
I'm glad she's not in the
mark the
comment.
time. Hang on a second. Let me go ahead and mark the time so I can get back to it really quickly.
I tell you, pet names. What's like the weirdest pet name you guys have had?
Define weird. I've named a dog Ruffles, Sprinkles.
No, I meant like, what people were calling you.
There's so many. There's so many. How do you even begin?
Hey, you in the bushes.
We lost December.
Oh man, I can see that happening.
She did.
There's another comic.
Oh.
Make that one of the villains of Critters.
That's a hell of a title, dude. That's a hell of a title. Hey, you in the bushes. That's a title that will jump out at anyone who's walking past your booth.
That's true.
Like, you don't even need a cover, just huge letters. Hey, you in the bushes.
That'd be an awesome read.
Guaranteed stop every single time.
Well, and then they see like the author's name by Jim Noble. They're like, "Oh shit!" And then they like.
Oh, Jim wrote this? Never mind.
Oh, you mean the guy that wrote the Killer Toaster story? I don't know.
Garbage.
I don't know. I think William would be willing to go ahead and do a variant cover for that. It'd be a horror book. So
That's true.
That'd be a lot of fun.
No, the variant cover would just be a hollow foil so people could see their reflection in it.
There you go. Dead on.
I like that idea.
Oh my god. That's amazing. It's perfect.
that is great to have the bushes off on the side and everything, and the hollow foil right there in the center, so that way you can look in there. Hey, you in the bushes, and you see your face. That's perfect.
Dude, that book would sell like crazy.
Well, now I got to do it. I'm going to do it now. I'm writing the script. I'm going to send it to Steph Wilson.
Well, you better hurry because I see Tom writing down stuff. So I'm just like,
It may be unscripted, but that doesn't mean there's not notes.
Oh, I love it.
Tom had mentioned just the other day that he was thinking about, what kind of horror book could he add into BDI. So there we go. Hey, you in the bushes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like anyone who would see the name of that, they'd be like, "What is this about?"
Yeah.
You're right. That is
Marvel
I
would definitely pick that up.
Well, I don't know if Marvel saw the other books I
I would
put
be
out.
intrigued at the very least.
That sounds like an Image title. Like that is something straight up
Yeah.
Image.
It is an image.
I
Boom.
would totally buy that book.
I would see it on Boom.
Oh, and to help sell it to Image, just tell them at some point aliens land.
This is correct. This is correct. How many people even know that reference?
Oh, I know. I know that. I'm a huge fan. So
Yeah, that's one of the most batshit stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was insane.
yeah, who would have thought? It's just like, oh yeah, there's aliens. I'm like, oh okay, and then they just let it come out. It's like when the aliens show up, that's not gonna happen.
Well, and if you think about it, if you're talking about a zombie movie with aliens, that's just Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's
Yeah.
not even a thing. It's like, haven't we done that like 40 years ago, Rob? But they were like, no, there's aliens, cool, put them in, let's go.
Well, the other thing about the Walking Dead title is the fact that there was another Walking Dead comic.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, early 90s.
About a cop.
Yeah. It's true. And
We
and
all
literally
know all this shit comes from someone else. I mean,
Yeah, but that's a little on the nose to kind of use the
Yeah.
exact same title.
yeah.
Well,
it's so washed and repeated.
And as it was
Yeah.
also black and white.
they're trying on Kickstarter to get that one funded this time for the third time in a row that they're trying to do now.
What is that?
Which one?
Versus zombies.
Oh, the Disney thing?
Wait, what?
No, that was like a 40-day campaign. So that's still the same one that they're just trying to get.
You gotta, Tom, you gotta fill people in on that one.
So I do my normal Kickstarter look and see what's going on.
Right.
And I'm scrolling through, and then there's these princesses. I just did a book called Princesses versus Zombies.
Right.
A couple months back. So I'm scrolling through and I see these Disney princesses, like highly Disney, like not what I did where I modified them. Like this is Disney princesses, and the book is called Disney versus Zombies. And I was like, what the fuck? And
What?
Yeah, and so it's already just everything about it is all wrong. But when you go into the campaign itself, the dude isn't even making a book. He's asking for money to make art for the book to make a Kickstarter campaign later. Yes. It's like this domino thing that he's trying to come up with. So it's been on there for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And I think it's at $29, which basically means that all of his friends threw him a buck, So
wow.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God.
That was his allowance.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's one of those things where it's like, how can Kickstarter even, like, I mean, they've allowed fan art and stuff on there before, but to have something so blatant to actually use the Disney name, like, how can Kickstarter approve that? It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Does he spell it the Disney way, or does he spell it Dizee?
Dude, it is Disney as it's Disney. The princesses are just princesses with swords. Like, there's no variation. It's the pink dress for Aurora. It's crazy. And there's no product. There's zero product. He's just looking for money so that he can make some art so that he can then make the book later.
Oh, my God.
It's
Phil,
crazy.
Phil, I want you to invite this guy onto the show. Oh my God!
Oh,
What?
I already put it down. Hold on.
There was one that I saw like last year.
Our timing's off here. Okay.
It was a book that came out in the UK, and it was Pennywise, and it was but with chickens.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys see that one?
No.
Like, it was a straight up ripoff of it, but with chickens, and like it was the same character
That's
names,
weird.
Georgie,
Yeah,
and
with chickens.
yeah, it was called Pennywise. It got funded. I think it got funded. I'm pretty sure it got funded.
Well, that's something that you're actually taking and kind of twisting it around a little bit, at least. With this other one, it's
parody.
Straight up.
That's true.
Straight up,
It's parody.
Princesses versus
And
zombies.
Disney
Yeah.
versus princesses, or Disney versus zombies, is still kind of technically parody. But when you're using the exact Disney designs and the Disney name, that's where it's like, how is this even still up?
Well, wasn't there another one on Kickstarter that was actually the Star Wars one that everybody was so upset about as well?
Yeah,
It's
there's a
gonna get
Star
taken
Wars
down, I'm sure of
fan comic, Darth
Yeah.
something or another, but it uses the Star Wars name and fonts and the whole thing. It's crazy.
Oh
All
man.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I said that out loud. Sorry.
Disney is
Sorry
not
about
one of
that.
those that you really want to piss off that much, because they'll shut things down left and right, and they own everything now.
Yeah. Like I don't know how Dark Horse, they lost Alien and Predator, and it's like what big franchise comic that they have. I mean, also they kind of dropped the ball of Alien Predator in the last couple of years though. So
Yeah.
They don't have anything,
And that's really sad.
everything's
I
gone.
mean,
Yeah.
there's a hardcore following for both of those products. So I mean, that's that's guaranteed sales. To not do it to its full effect is just silly.
like when Star Wars went from Dark Horse to Marvel, I was thinking, okay, so now we're just gonna get like tons of like Alien, Predator, Prometheus stuff, and like they did like one story a year, and I was like, oh man, they should really be milking that as much as they can. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a real big fan of those books. I wanted to see those, but unfortunately,
No, I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of missed opportunities out there because they have something good, and they either don't market it well enough, or it's put out there and it's like, okay, take this and run. They don't actually see that it's actually going to do anything, so they don't put anything to have a plan if it does well to go ahead and go through with it. And there's been a lot of projects that have failed because of that. And yeah, you've got the first appearance or whatever that you want to go ahead and grab and on that whatever, but it doesn't do anything.
Well, the Alien Predator stuff, I mean, I never really read much of it, but it all felt like there was no point. It was just another alien story, but it was all formulaic. So until you can figure out a way to sort of reinvent what it was, and Prometheus was, added to the universe, was like, that just didn't mean anything. Right. So you have to figure out a way to reinvent this whole franchise. And I don't know what Marvel's going to do with it that's going to be any different. But
I'm kind of curious how they're going to approach it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, well, the 90s stuff, like when they first did the Alien versus Predator comic in the 90s, I mean, that was, a groundbreaking big deal thing, like two big movie franchises cruising over.
Yeah, but at that point there was only 2 movies and there was nothing else. Now there's 2 movies and 100 miniseries. So it's like, how much ground have we already covered before, and then they did the Alien versus Predator. It's like all of it's been done for so long, but where's the new hook?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a lot of this is the same thing over and over again. Like, oh, look, colonial marines are getting slaughtered by aliens. Oh, wow, Predator shows up and they're shocked again. It's like, I've seen this.
Yeah, it needs a new hook.
That's hardcore writing, man. You leave that alone.
I don't know what Marvel's going to do, man. I mean, I know we're going to see, Predator versus Iron Man and all that horse shit, which is just going to be some of the worst things you will ever see in your life. But if they actually do legitimate series, they're going to need a hook it's going to sell automatically just because of people are curious. But once it gets past the curiosity factor, it's going to go right off a cliff unless it has something behind it.
The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to discover Galactus with a giant facehugger on his face, and it's going to be like the biggest alien ever. It's going to have the power cosmic.
You're going to see alien Predator variants. It's what if Iron Man was an alien? I can market this for them right now. It's already happening.
Yeah.
They'll end up doing the Alien and the Symbiote crossover. I guarantee you.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Venom versus
oh my
aliens?
God.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
Of course they
yeah.
would.
Yeah, I mean, I've already done a venomized alien, so
Exactly.
And then there's gonna be like hidden variants where like here's the main cover for Amazing Spider-Man number 3000, and then in the background is Predator like scoping him out.
Or the cover swipe where he's actually got the lasers on him, like Punisher had on him, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I can't think of the issue number, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because that
Yeah,
cover
oh, yeah.
swipe has been done 20 million times over. I mean, they have opportunities that they could do certain things, but it'd be better if they actually come up with something new and fresh and different to go ahead and run with, because the fans are getting tired of the same old thing. I mean, you can have. They ran the symbiotes. I mean, whenever they first came out, I was on that train. And then whenever it started getting to the point where I've got to get this book, but you got to go to this book over here to see what's going on, you know, see page such and such in here. So I'd buy this book. I swear I'd go in there and it'd only go to that one page. It would have like one block that would have something to do with it. And it would say, to see more about this, go to this page in this book.
Yeah.
So I was having to buy like 10, 12 books to figure out what the hell was going on in one book. And we're talking about a series that's still running right now. It's on like 35 or something like that. So that was not an option anymore. That was a cash train and a half that no, I got off of that.
Yeah, here's Venomized. Oh wait, I got a better idea. Next year, let's do Carnageized, and then the year after that, we'll do Screamized and Agonyized and
Agonyized.
Anti-Venomized. Oh, that'd be there you go. There's another one. I should be man. This is why I don't work at Marvel.
but I mean, you can't blame.
I don't think that's the reason why, Jim.
Well,
the people eat it up. I mean, it's insane. People that eat it up.
Yeah.
They do,
Venomized
but
stuff
you have
will
to
run
buy
forever, and you can do anything with it. I've probably venomized more stuff than any artist out there. And I've done everything from off-the-wall characters to real-life portraits of people that want to be venomized. So, I mean, it is probably the most popular thing on the market, other than boobs.
I like boobs.
I mean,
That's what they should do next.
So Venomized.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing
boobs.
wrong with boobs. I'm just saying that a cover with boobs on it and a cover with something venomized, that's gold in your pocket.
So if you do both of them, then you're banking right there, because that's Venomized
Yeah,
boobs.
I've
You're just
done that.
rolling in it right there.
We've done venomized boobs, so we're good.
Well, you're living the high life now, right?
That's right. We're in Venom world. It's awesome. I draw my line though at the whole venomized dog making out with someone else thing though. Boy, the stuff some people ask for.
Oh, I can
That's
only
true.
imagine.
Yeah, I have seen some of that. That's like for me, like because I make adult books, I get some really weird requests, and I'm like, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't
Like,
even
do adult
imagine
ones, I'm
like, the
doing
guys
that
who
adult.
do that. Yeah, for you guys to do that on kind of a regular basis with more of the mature stuff, I can't even imagine what you guys get because I don't even do any of that. And I'll do sexy poses every once in a while, but everything's hidden. There's nothing showing. Yeah. And I get stuff sometimes where I want to try to find like the sex offender hotline to where like I can call and report some of these people because it's out there, man. So I can't, man, you guys, oh man, I feel so bad for you guys.
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't even want to say like some of the requests I've gotten. It's just like no, your character would be really awesome if she did this. I'm like, not my girl. No, nope. Never do that.
It's not that dirty.
Yeah, and then
You made her look like a nun.
that's one thing that I actually want to ask Tom, is because I know with Critter, of course, you're like, no. Every time Steph wants to do anything with Critter, you're like, absolutely not, hands off, slap the hand. Which is funny to us, yes, but everyone's gone through the different commissions and everything that we were talking about and all. So what have you gone through on yours, Tom? If people come up and said we want a certain commission and you're like, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, I'm not an artist, so I don't get any of that stuff. The only thing I ever get is, hey, you should get this artist to do this or this artist to do this, and unfortunately, a lot of those times it's like, yeah, that's never going to happen for a number of reasons. That's for another show. But I haven't ever really had. There was one time at New York Comic Con where a guy was very interested in Penny for Your Soul, and he I don't even remember how he put it, but basically he was like, so you know, this is what it's about. It's about this, and he was like, oh, okay. So does she like grow into like a giant? And I was like, no, she's just a demon, you know, buying souls. Oh, so there's no giants in your book? And I was like, no, that's not going to be what we're doing here. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he didn't buy it. So that was the only kind of like weird, clearly fetishy thing that, and I did have one woman who came and bought books one time, and she was buying a whole bunch of stuff, and she had to choose between the covers that she wanted. I was like, here's cover A, here's B, pick which one you want. And she's like, okay, I'll take this one, this one, this one. And then she kind of stopped for a minute on issue 4 for Penny for Your Soul, False Prophet. And she was like, So I can't remember what the regular one was, but the one that she had was this main character is getting choked out by a demon on a blackjack table. And so she stops for a second, kind of looks at her husband or boyfriend or whatever, and she goes, I want that one because I like to get choked. Like she just like threw it out. I was like, oh, okay, take that one. That's fine. That's for you. I have no problem with that. So had a couple of those things, but other than that, it's been, you know, it's pretty tame for the most part. I get far more why do these women have boobs questions than I get anything else.
I get that too.
And then I just direct them over to Jen Broomall and let her take care of that problem.
Because that's part of our anatomy.
Yeah, because science, bitch.
I get tired of the guys that get mad because you're drawing penises. I'm like, come on, dude. Everybody needs to shine a little. That's right, even if it's a little bit.
Now, why do you direct them to Jen on that? Was that because she was there at the tables with you at the time?
Yes, because there's a story with Jen, but also because I can't. If a woman comes up and gets in my face about what she doesn't like, I can't do anything. Okay. You know, yeah. I can be like, okay, bye. I can do that, but you know, Jen is very outspoken, and you know. There was a time at a con where a woman came by with her, I assume her husband, and they were looking at stuff, and we did our normal thing. Hey, how you doing? How's the show? You know, what are you looking for today? And she says, just straight to our face, something without those, as she points to the book. And we're like, what are you talking about? Like the variant covers, the pinups? She says, no, the boobs. And I was just like, well, I'm just going to sit down. And Jen was like, well, you know, and she points back at the woman. We all kind of tend to have them like that. and I was like, okay, this is fine. This will be taken care of, and Jen will take care of it. So, yeah, it was, and the woman kind of laughed and you know, broke the ice a little bit, and they went back and forth like, look, I mean, this is just art. It's pinup art. It's blah, blah, blah. Even the pinups here don't necessarily represent what's on the inside. This is designed for a certain market and collector and so on. Take a look at the insides, and you're going to get a different experience. And so, you know, it was just one of those things. She still didn't buy shit, but at least Jen kind of, you know, threw it back at her, made her think a little bit more.
Becky, have you had any odd ones?
Not overly. I know Shannon sometimes gets some interesting requests. They're usually not too bad. He doesn't have an open commission list very often, if ever. And so we don't get too many of those, but he does get a lot of messages at like 4:00 in the morning of, hey, would you draw this character? It's like, maybe. I don't know. But like, it'll just be a bang in the middle of the night. That's probably more my issue, is when he'll forget to silence his phone and people will forget what time we are in, and they'll just be like, oh, we'll just message whenever. These people never have their phones on. He has his phone on.
Well, just go ahead and tell December right now she needs to quit dinging at 4:00 in the morning. Tell them to go ahead and do whatever cover.
Sorry, Becky.
Damn it, December.
Now, December with,
Although I
of course,
shouldn't say 4 a.m. because we're night owls, so we're always up at 4 a.m. So our 4 a.m. is more like, 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, really
messaging
sorry
this
about
hour?
that, then,
We
kid.
just got to sleep. What is this? I always have my phone off, so you message me anytime because my ringer is never, ever, 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 ever on.
Yeah, I'm
always
the same
worried
way.
that
Like, I
I'm
just
forgetting
kind of
I have
have
a
on.
group chat with my best friends, and I'm always worried Shannon's gonna be upstairs working. My phone's just gonna be bing, 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 and I can't work like this. So,
Yeah, I'm the same way. Mine has to stay on silent.
which
Because,
he's
like
upstairs
you
trying to
said,
work right now, so I'm sure that's been fun.
they'll send messages at all times of hours. So,
Yep.
what you doing? Working.
Yeah. And
Or
people are
sleeping.
starting to realize they can message me with questions about Shannon. So yeah, sleeping, that's the big one.
It's like I'll get messages on Sunday. Where's my
My
package?
sleep.
It's like it hasn't even shipped out. It's Sunday.
why are you not shipping out on Sunday, underachiever?
Well, I got mad when I went to the hospital, and then like some guy
post on Sundays.
some guy liked my post, and then he messaged me and he goes, "Hey, did you ship out that package?" I was like, "Dude, I'm in the hospital."
No.
Did you not stop at the post office on the way?
What the hell?
That's
I
really
literally
inconsiderate.
I drove myself to the ER, but I didn't go to the post office.
Yeah, you're slacking.
But I drove myself to the ER.
All right, Jim, you know what? You got to be more thoughtful, man. Okay.
It's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I would have dropped it off if it wasn't 5 a.m. and I wasn't about to have my appendix explode. Well, I didn't know it was my appendix exploding, but yeah.
That just sounds like excuses.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't actually your appendix. I thought you were in the hospital for other things.
Well, despite what some people think,
I was just there for the free morphine and
All right.
The codeine take-home packet.
They were dealing with the clown balls.
you're like, oh, that clown guy's back again. It's like, come on. It's like a revolving door. It's like, come on in. I used to go to the hospital so much, like they knew me by name, but like not because I was going for drugs, but because I hurt myself a lot. Not on purpose, an accident. When I was a kid, I hit my head like every other weekend. I always had to get stitches on my forehead.
Jim, do you
On
know
your
that that's
forehead,
like
huh?
a Lifetime channel thing that like right now I'm like, did someone hurt you? Do we have to call the cops? Like, that's the first thing that goes in my head is like, are you sure you're okay?
Oh yeah, like I've had those conversations before too. Like, how's everything at home? Like I'm in 7th grade. It's like I'm just going through puberty, man. Like, I don't know.
I had those conversations too, and I'd get home from wrestling practice. Like, I'd be somewhere, and like 2 women stop me. I had this like huge bruise on my arm, and I'm like, I just came from wrestling practice. It's totally cool. And they like looked at each other, like they're like, "Are you sure you came from wrestling practice?" I'm like, "Yeah, I definitely came from wrestling practice. It's
Yeah, this
real
dude
thing."
speared me on the mat.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like run into the fireplace and I have like stitches on my forehead, and then like the teachers be like, your parents beat you? And it's like, no.
I finally
Parents aren't
saw a
around.
video. I finally
It's
saw a
like
video,
weird.
not Jim's video, but I saw December's video of getting speared. So I see what Tom was talking about whenever he just absolutely just went, she just got killed right there on the mat.
The thing is that like the guy that did that, my tag partner Joe Heisman, like we used to call him Hulk Smash because whenever he did anything, he like just really like actually did stuff. Like he didn't really show too much restraint. So like he actually like barreled into me. I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then I just see the house lights. I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, I watched it a few times because I was watching. I was like, okay, is he actually slowing down in his steps? Did he stop right before? Oh no, he was full steam and just ducked in, and it was like, oh, this is good.
The guy filming it, if you listen really close, you can hear him go, oh shit.
That might have been me.
There, I know that you've had some interesting times with the wrestling and everything because, of course, I had you on the show. We were talking about some stuff and everything too, which was great. So now that you're starting to do the cosplay covers, are we going to see more of those in the future?
I hope so. It depends on if it depends on if the fans want them, because I'm not gonna do them for like any vanity reasons. I just want to do them if fans want them.
All right, anyone that's in the audience right now that wants December to do more covers, go ahead and put that out there so we'll know, because that way she'll know this is not for vanity. This is for her fans.
Yeah, anything I do. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, anything I do is for fans and for yay, and for project backers. So so if that's something that you want to see in the future, I'm totally game. I go where the fans want me.
We've already got one of them up here. Louis Torres said fans.
Yeah, Louis. Louis is crushing it on Kickstarter. Like he's got this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we're getting some answers out here.
Well, what's his? Does anybody have his link?
Full screen.
Yay! Oh, dude, that looks hot.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And what is that for?
Personal project.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
That looks great.
I like it.
Well, who said Lewis was? Because I was in a different tab. Who said Lewis is a Kickstarter going on? Make sure it drops that link.
I was talking about that. He's got Lilia the Demoness.
Yeah, Lilia.
We were talking about it too.
And yeah, crowd relations definitely. Guest relations there definitely agrees. Scott says more covers. Yes.
Scott's awesome. He was one of the very first people to be like, I got them both. Like,
everybody wants more December. Wait, yes.
Yay!
December and July.
And also Buku Comics, like they were awesome to me this week. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. They totally hooked me up. They were so cool, and they always have been cool to me. So just real quick shout out to them.
Yeah, Joe's a great guy.
Yes, I love Joe. You guys were totally cool, just awesome. Thank you very much. I totally appreciate you guys.
Hey, Tom, what about possibly, I don't know, Mary Magdalene cover?
We've only had one cosplay cover for Penny. That was back in year one. So we're probably due for something like that. Well, I mean, we've done a few over the years. We had Kara just come on and do a Princess versus Zombies thing. So we're kind of, wiggling our way back into doing some of that kind of thing.
Speaking of Kara, please send her some love. She's in Facebook jail right now, and she needs our support.
Again.
Yeah.
Did she get hit again?
Yeah.
So another 30 days?
What did she keep getting dinged for?
No, she was in for 30 days, and I thought that was about to end somewhere, like it should have ended a few days ago or whatever. So if she's back in jail, she's got popped for another 30.
It was either like she's out tomorrow, I think, or she just got out. Either way, send her some love. She's on the current Naughty Fairies Kickstarter campaign. She's got a ton of covers. They're all gorgeous. So just go and show her some love. If she's not still in jail, then she just got out and she could definitely use some hugs. So totally go and say hello to her, because she is a fantastic, beautiful human being, and she's got those awesome covers too. So go
She's
and
on my Kickstarter as well.
those. Or
Did somebody keep I don't know, reporting her or something? I mean, how does that happen?
Trolls.
Yeah.
Which is all BS, as we know, because she doesn't do anything to deserve it, obviously. But yeah, go send her some love, because that's what she deserves, love, not trolls.
Yeah.
Is it what she's posting? I mean, it's not.
No.
I mean, it's not rocket science.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's just trolls, because trolls will be trolls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't hate people. Don't hate.
All you got to do is scroll on past.
Take your energy and do something productive. Don't tear somebody else down. Fill
Be
them,
a scroll
up. Better than that.
100%.
Yep.
Or like go take your energy out on something else. Go buy a comic book.
I was waiting for Scott.
Oh,
to say
dude,
that.
that'd be hot.
Yeah. I was waiting for that one. And Lewis even said, need to do a Lillian Santa hat for Christmas.
Well, if you like the idea, December, I think you know who you need to talk to make that happen yourself.
We chat. She got some bonus behind the scenes stuff today, so we chat.
Whoa.
I am so stoked for that. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, just keep tabs on BDI because there is some stuff coming that is going to just like make your mind explode. It's going to be awesome. Oh my god, I'm flipping out. Like I'm gonna go like all in on this one. I'm so stoked for this. I wish I could say something, but like,
wait, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the?
I
Critter, or are we
can't
talking
say.
about-
This is
that wasn't nice.
this
I'm
is
not trying to be mean. Like, just Tom is like, you can't say anything.
That was not nice at
But
all.
you said something.
I'm just saying to keep your eyes posted. Tom, can you like say something? Like at least like a month or something to like tell them to look for.
September,
Okay,
but it's not ClickCon.
Oh, okay.
keep going.
Come
on.
No,
This is a perfect time to do it.
no, not yet, because it's not all finalized yet. I still have stuff to finalize before I can.
Can you tell them the title that it involves?
That would kind of blow the whole thing out of the water. I'll tell you it's a penny for your soul.
See,
Book.
that's like there you go. And
We'll
it's
give you that, but it's a penny for your soul thing with a twist.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
I already know which one it is, if I'm not mistaken.
no, you don't.
Okay, so it's not that one. So
No.
it's
I don't know what,
All right,
what we're
September.
talking about.
Penny for
Okay.
your soul, like with a twist. That's like, and all you bitches better thank me too, because otherwise you would not have said anything. So yeah.
This is I made a
I
post
hooked
the
you
other.
guys up essentially.
Yeah, this was the post I made the other day, where it was something to the effect of, "Oh shit, I just had a great idea," and there's already like 8 people attached to it. Justin Hunt, Steph Wilson, CB Zane, good lord, David Harrigan, Jesse Wichman, on and on and on and on. So, but it was something that just came to me as I was just sitting in bed, looking on my phone, and I was like, "Oh Jesus, we got to do that." And so I just started putting it together, and it looks like we're gonna have it put together soon. So probably I'd say by the end of the month we'll have it all finalized, all the details, and then we'll do a big here we come drop.
Are you doing the toaster book? Is that what you're doing?
Is it the Totally Rad Toaster? You got all those artists for me? Well, thank you, Tom.
They're all here for the waffles.
Waffles, tasty waffles. Waffles. Why waffles?
And yeah,
That's
now
what
we've got the audience all riled up because Tom's all about the teas.
That's it, man.
Duh.
You got to
And
know it by
Chris Mad-
now.
Chris Mad wants to know what's it called. So now everybody will be like, okay,
It's called Penny for Your Soul.
Tom, put the scissors down.
They were scaring me a little bit.
At least he's holding them. At least he's holding them the proper way.
I can run with them like this.
Yeah.
But if you drop them, they're going to drop right on Jim's head.
It's all right.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I don't think he needs any more stitches.
Yeah.
More stitches.
Tom, Jim has been through enough this week.
It's fair. It's fair.
Well, guys, I gotta cut out of here. I've got an early morning. I think I'm on a 9 o'clock show.
Woo!
God, kill me now.
Yeah, and you've got an actual, even more packed day tomorrow than you have so far yet.
I'm stupid. That's why. I embrace it. I embrace the stupid. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
There you
I
go.
appreciate you being here, and thank you very much for reaching out and allowing me to go ahead and have this underneath the banner for tonight. because it does mean a lot to go ahead and have where we actually work together on this. And it doesn't have to be just an every once in a while thing. Never know. We might start working together on more things in the future.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
a lot more.
I want to shout out a few people, with the networks and stuff like that. It's like Geek Insider, it's Rising Tide Publications, Demon Phil, your network. We've got Indie Volt Radio. Hell, we're in contact with Bleeding Fool, and they're just they're really excited about what's happening, and hopefully we're going to see some press releases through their site too. I mean, it's just this whole network of people and everybody really involved. Their entire network is just, when they're sharing it out and stuff, it's connecting all of us together. And I think that's so beautiful. And we need that. We need that, especially. And I don't want to be like a downer and just say, oh, in these times of trouble, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of hearing that. It feels good to see everybody kind of working together and doing shit, and that's really what drives me to go all day, and do this and advocate for other people. And really, I mean, after this, it doesn't end at the weekend. I'm just going to get on the soapbox for a little bit. It doesn't end at the weekend. We're going to be following up with a lot of you, the artists and the creators and things like that. We want to hear your press releases. We want to hear about your Kickstarters and your Indiegogos. Because if we have a platform, I mean, what the hell else is it for? If not to talk about you guys and what you're doing and really sharing the word. So my DM is open to all of you guys, really. I mean that sincerely. And just leave me alone on Monday because I'm going to crash that day because I intend to be completely ossified tomorrow night.
Sounds like a fun time with that.
And you guys are welcome to pop in too, because I think I'm going to have the StreamYard link wide open. So anybody who wants to come in and have a drink with me, you are more than welcome.
Cool. I will keep that in mind. I may do that.
Awesome. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Really, everybody. Thank you. Mwah. I think you're beautiful, beautiful people.
Have a great evening. And I'll be here again pretty soon. All right. Now, one thing that I want to go ahead and bring up
I'm
is...
actually going to head out as well.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Shannon's working, and I have probably impeded him enough for the night. So.
But he's working like right there next to you?
Thank you so much for having me. It was really fun to chat with you guys tonight.
Tell him I sent him a text, Becky.
No, upstairs, but it's an open loft, and I'm in the kitchen, so he can hear me. Okay, I will. I'll make sure he responds to you. I will frequently be like, have you talked to Tom lately? Because I know you guys were talking. And so I know he gets super busy and he tries to keep up with everybody. I know you're high up on his priority list. So I'll definitely make sure to tell him. Yeah,
we're not in a rush, but
I will.
The sooner we can line it up, the better.
Again, thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Thank you for being here.
Good night.
I miss you.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Bye, everybody. Miss you. Bye. Can't wait to see you again.
I know. That'll be awesome. Bye. Congrats.
All right. Now, one thing that I wanted to bring up just before we shut it down for the night and everything is I actually have a question that I want to bring up in here, and I can't believe I'm being this brave to do this with this
No
group.
comment.
Well, it's more of a I need assistance with something. I need a name for my regular show. Jim, I don't want to hear from you just yet.
I'm just glad that question was so tame.
Yeah, I thought you were going to oh, yeah.
What I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking of a name. One name that keeps popping up into my head is Inner Voices with Demon Phil. I don't know if that would be something I could use for my shows or if I need to go with something different, but we're kind of just throwing that out there to see if y'all can come up with anything and brainstorm that out. But I need to come up with something because I actually need to start having a name so I can start setting up events on Facebook and start doing this on a regular basis and have them set up on regular days, regular times. So just kind of throwing that out there, and that's for the audience as well. If y'all come up with anything, it doesn't have to be like right now, but just kind of throwing that out there. but I definitely want to come up with some kind of a name for it.
Getting filthy with Demon Phil.
Yes! Oh, that's awesome.
Now, wait a minute.
Get the monic.
PHILTHY.
Yes.
And it works for your T-shirts.
Oh yes.
Remember, unscripted is different because we get on here and we can say whatever the hell we want and do whatever the hell we want. Whenever I actually want to have guests on who actually want to be, talking professionally about what they're doing, that's the shows I'm talking about.
Yeah, but they're getting filthy. They're not getting filthy.
That's amazing.
Clown balls with Phil.
Yeah, the messenger is going to be full.
Philosophical
giggle till
thoughts.
you
How about
giggle.
that?
Yeah, just tell
What's
them.
that?
It could be your logo and
Philosophical
everything.
thoughts.
Philosophical thought.
Hey, what was that? What was it SNL or something? That thoughts? It was in the 80s or 90s. Something thoughts, and they would do these. I think it was on SNL.
It was Deep
What
Thoughts.
was that called?
Yeah.
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 It was Deep Thoughts.
Oh, there you go. Deep thoughts with Phil. There you go. Problem solved. Or you can go with clown balls.
Well, deep thoughts. There could be a typo one of these days when you're typing, and it could be something else, and then you might get flagged on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
Deep throats of Phil.
Little jiggle till you giggle.
Like I
Don't
said,
judge.
regretting.
Hold on, I got
Okay,
some
I'm,
more.
I'm going to bounce
This
also.
this is why you have to come up with it all by yourself, Phil.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't leave this to the mob.
No, I'm just running into a wall trying to figure out what I want to go with on that.
Running into the wall with Demon Phil. The wall with Demon Phil.
Date night with Phil.
Dare to be nerdy with Phil.
Oh my gosh. If I'm ever going to start reaching out to some of the other people that I've got in line to bring up here, then I need to, have a name up here that doesn't make them go, yeah, I'm not getting on that show.
Well, then you wouldn't want them on your show. See?
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go.
People ask me that sometimes. You tend to be a little too blunt. You tend to be a little too direct. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to know something, don't ask me because I'm going to put it out there. Well, what are you going to do about it if you offend somebody and they don't want to work with you? Well, if they get bent out of shape over something I said, I didn't want to work with them to begin with.
Yep.
There you go, Phil. Keeping it PC with Phil.
There you go.
No.
We do it gentle.
That is asking for every troll to get on there all at the same time.
We do it gentle with Phil.
Oh, there we go. Gentle Phil.
You
You could be like Dr. Phil, but it could be Gentle Phil.
Wow.
Works for a T-shirt also.
Yeah, but Demon Phil is the name, so it's got to go with that.
Gentle Demon Phil.
That does not work. Especially not with that wink and everything you just did. That's very disturbing. Get out of the bushes.
Safe word with Demon Phil.
Oh my God.
There you go.
And then every show you do, you could be like, and the safe word today is banana.
There you go. See, you're giving people ideas for their stuff. So, I mean, you're helping people. Look at that.
And you're being safe about it.
Uh-huh.
There's your tagline.
What about penny for your Phil?
I don't think he.
Damn, you're cheap, Phil.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like,
It's hot
Exactly.
out here for a pimp.
making it rain with
I'm
Demon
gonna kill
Phil.
you.
Making it rain.
Which is Magic Mike Phil.
Golden showers of Demon Phil. No, wait, no. Oh, keeping it golden with Demon Phil.
We have gone just way off the pasture on this one. And Tom's just over there going, why the hell did Phil open his mouth?
Yes,
You never let the mob speak. Never.
I love it.
Oh, that's
Even-
Even when I did
Mob
my
speak, Tom, you have a Patreon dedicated to the mob speaking.
no, but even when I let the mob speak, I gave them options.
Yeah.
Put the scissors down.
Learning the ABCs with Demon Phil. Oh, instead of hooked on phonics, it could be hooked on Felix. I don't know. Demon Phil,
hell.
philosophies from hell. Oh, okay.
That'd be a whole
And
different
it's from another Phil.
here.
Phil Man X.
That would be a whole different demographic that I would get in here too. So that'd be kind of cool.
The angel on your shoulder with Demon Phil.
Oh, I knocked that thing off a long time. I have two of them up there. One of them's deaf. The other one is, well, we know anyway.
What if you did? Hey, Phil. What if you did comics on film, but with like PHILM?
That'd be something to think about. I don't know. We'll have to see how that turns out.
Just do Magic Phil.
Although if you pick one of my names,
interviews in a G-string. Dance a little bit, have like an intro.
Oh yeah, you could do like Oprah
That's just
Winfrey.
ripping off
Like,
Ellen. You can't be ripping off
you're getting a car and you're getting a car.
Yeah, there you go. Give away cars on your show. You'll get a lot of
No,
viewers.
he already gives away comics. It's you're getting a comic, and you're getting a comic, and you're getting a comic.
No, that's whenever Jim is drinking too much, he gets that way.
Oh my goodness. Tom, you totally missed it. One of our first shows, I gave away like $200 worth of books for free.
He did. He
Yeah.
kept reaching over. He's like, but I've got more to give away. And I was like, yeah, let's talk about something else. Come back over here, Jim.
This is why I stream in my bedroom now and not in my living room, because in my living room, that's where all my books are. And when I'm drinking, I just like grab stacks, like, all right, if you can get this 80s question right, you get this whole stack of books. And yeah.
And then he messages me the next day. He's like, what were the questions again? Who won what again?
But that's why if you're doing
Oh,
trivia,
no.
they have to be story trivia, man. You got to make them read your book.
That's true. Yeah. Because I realized after the fact that I was like, wait a minute, the questions I asked, they could have just Googled. They probably didn't even know.
That's right. That's right.
Like,
That's
who
why
was
I
the
like
poor fetal?
Well, that's why I like
Gotta
the
make
game
them
that I play
dance
every
with
once in a while with the
surprise.
Demon Says, because that way it sends them over to wherever they're going, Kickstarter or some kind of crowdfunding project, to go ahead, and it actually makes them where they have to share it out and they have to tag me. So it makes it where it's more exposure on someone else's project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that exposure, Jim.
Hey, there you go. Exposing yourself with Demon Phil.
Oh God, no.
That would be perfect, because people would be giving people exposure to their new thing, or on your show. They'd be exposing themselves to you.
And my first
That's the way I took it.
my first exclusive cover can be "Hey You in the Bushes."
Yeah. There you go. Hey, you in the bushes with Demon Phil.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting worse and worse.
Terrible.
There's your show. This is getting worse and worse with Demon Phil.
There you go.
Oh, it's too much fun.
Well, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've got to get up early in the morning myself too. So, thank you, Phil, and for having me on and everything. And thank you guys for chit-chatting and stuff. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Same to you.
I'm gonna
Thank
go
you
see
for
what's-
showing your art.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to go see what's going on in the bushes.
You'll find Jim.
Make sure and send me a message so I can get with you about the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will. I'll check and see. I think I might have. I think I might have one or two of each left that I was taking to Texas for that store appearance. So I think I got a stack of them left. I'll
What
have to look
store
in
in
there in my
Texas?
bag and see. Do what?
Okay.
What store in Texas?
Oh, I was going out to Pastime Comics to do a store appearance. And I've got a cover coming for those guys.
That's like 30 minutes from where I live.
Oh, cool. We'll definitely have to see, what's going on in the bushes down there.
Yeah.
And we'll just go, we'll grab a couple beers. We'll go sit outside somebody's window in the bushes and play with our clown balls. And
Hey, that's a Friday night for me.
Exactly.
Text them, hey, your furniture looks great from the lawn.
That's right. Yeah, if you ever want to creep somebody out, like walk up to them and say, hey, you really need to change your drapes.
This may sound crazy, but I think you and I use the same hair conditioner.
That's right. If you've never walked up to a random person in line at a store and said something like that, you have not lived. The look on their face is pride, and just walk away. Just walk away. Say, hey, you really need to change that conditioner in your bathroom, and walk away.
Oh, goodness.
But make sure you do it to a guy, though. That's the best part. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, you might get arrested. But
Probably.
But anyway, guys, Pastime Comics. So I had a stack of each. I was taking to that. So I'll look through the bag in there and see what I've got left, Phil. I don't think I've touched those. So I'll get with you if you want to get a copy, and I'll send them over. And those are really cool. The way we did those, also, they're magazine size. And we kept the inside front and back covers matte finish. So I could do like sketches and stuff on the inside of the art book. But I'll send you some photos and stuff and see, which one you might want.
Cool. Very cool. I'll definitely be looking forward to that.
All right, cool. All right, you guys have a good night. And again, thank you for having me.
We'll see ya.
All right, you too, buddy. Appreciate you being here.
Bye.
All right, so Scott came up with this one. I actually like this idea, but I also wanted to bring up that Scott has got one hell of a picture up there too, because I know Tom recognizes that, and so does December. Ursa Minor, and that is the goth cover, is, if I'm not mistaken.
That is one hell of a pick.
Yeah, that is.
Nia did a great job on that one.
Yep. Mine's on the way. Sometime. When is that coming in?
Yeah, they're already out the door. All of it's
sweet.
All of it's in the wind. So,
So
expect it sometime next week, assuming the post office does their job.
Yeah. When is the Patreon one, and when is that one going to be shipped?
I should have them sometime. They told me I'd have them Monday, Tuesday. So sometime this coming week, they'll go right out too. Very cool. Cool. So I got that one and the one I just got on Doghouse. So I'll be both of those be able to come in. Sweet. If you're not going to the Doghouse every Wednesday night, what the hell? You need to be there and go to the Doghouse. If you're not listening to me, then I'm going to pass this over to December, and she's just going to yell at you a lot for not going, and she'll make it where you're going to want to go regardless. You're not even going to think about it. You're just going to be like, I have to go, because she's going to be yelling at me so much about this. But we yell because
I won't yell because like, you guys are missing things.
Exactly.
We yell because we care.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been a BDI fan for 10 years, and it's like I have not stopped being a BDI fan. Like, they just best stories and best art. Like, it's a win-win situation for everybody. And they're not gonna like, excuse my language, but they're not gonna dick you around on prices or anything. Like, total fan-based cooperation here.
Really?
Yeah. December is OG.
I know. You're gonna use language on here like that. Now I'm gonna get cut off. What the hell?
Well, if we haven't got cut off yet.
Yeah, it's the 9th episode. If I haven't been cut off yet, then we're doing okay.
Like, Jim just talked about balls for like 10 minutes. We would have been cut off a long time
balls. I didn't even talk about licking cherries out of people's belly buttons either. So
yeah.
If you want to hear that story, find out on episode 10.
Oh my gosh. So I was getting to something. Oh yeah. So Doghouse, you definitely need to be there, but also become a Patreon. Do yourself that favor and get on Patreon for Big Dog Inc. because it is more than worth it. It's been fun. Like, I can't tell you how much fun we have on Patreon because we get to see things that he doesn't release until later on. I mean, it may be a week or two before he'll release it in a somewhat of a post on Facebook or whatever, but on Patreon, we get to see it before it actually gets released and it comes out and everything, which is great. On top of that, he does it's every 6 months, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so every 6 months, you get an exclusive Patreon cover. Nowhere else is it going to be found or anything. It's only on Patreon. And the one that he did for this time was the Bikini Day that he just had the Kickstarter for Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Sunday.
Yep. Sunday, and it ended Monday. That's right.
Correct.
Which was an amazing looking cover. And I actually was not able to back this one. I can't back everything. Don't get down on me on that one. But I wasn't able to back that one. So it makes me even more happy that I was able to go into Patreon and find out that I was actually getting this new cover, which is the Bikini Day cover with a twist. And I cannot wait to show what that twist is, because I don't think you've even shown that on Facebook, have you?
No.
Okay, good.
It's the members only. Everybody who's there for 6 months, members only. You get a free cover every 6 months. So if you're not there yet, July starts the next period, so you got to get in now. And then if you make it down through December, then you'll get a free comic book in January. But then the other thing that we're doing is I'm posting stuff in there now that basically isn't going to get posted anywhere else. I wrote comics and have finished pages and so on that have never been published. And I'm starting to put that stuff on there so you guys can kind of see some of the other things that I did that were never, ever published. And then towards the end of this month, we're going to have exclusive new story content for a new book. Well, it's not a new book. It'll be like a webcomic called Blue Jay, and that will be exclusive to Patreon too.
Yes, and definitely looking forward to that. And whenever I get my book in, I will be doing an unboxing on that to go ahead and show it off on Facebook, because it's good. And it's got that Tom Hutchison twist, that flair to it. It is definitely, it's nothing that's out there. Just going to go ahead and put that out there. And then, of course, with December, you have got your poems and your works that you've written and everything. I need to get with you, actually, about getting one of your books. At some point, I definitely need to do that. Jim's got clowns and stuff. He's got the Kickstarter going on right now. So no clowning around. Get over there. Back this.
4 days.
4 days left. It's doing really well. And we just want to make sure it ends up very, very strong on this, because this is actually your best one so far, correct?
Yes. Help me get a phone.
Proceeds will help him get a new phone. He will no longer be in the freezer. But Jim has also got a bunch of stuff on his website as well.
I do.
So if you want to reach out to him and get that as well, you can. And I remember seeing, let me see if I can find it over here. Stockwell said he needs to get some comics from Tom. So, Tom, you've got someone else who is interested in your stuff, and rightfully so.
BigDogInc.com.
There you go.
And I just got
the Doghouse. Go to the CBSN and join the Doghouse on Wednesday.
Yes.
I just got these wonderful ash cans in, so these will be going up soon too. They're ash cans of the Totally Rad Life of Violet #1 first print, which sold out. So I just decided I wanted to do something cool and exciting, and I figured, why not do an ash can? Because you don't see those enough these days.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we are over the 2-hour mark on here. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for this one. We have had episode 9 of Unscripted, and we are still not shut down. So, damn it.
Yeah.
So
Woo!
next week is episode 10. For everything that I've got in my power, I will be doing these every single Saturday at 11 p.m. Unless it falls on a holiday or a holiday weekend or something like that. That's just not going to happen. But other than that, good to go. So if you're interested on being on the show, hey, you know who to find for that. Look me up. You can reach out to Jim if need be as well. He has the information, and we can go ahead and make that happen. But until then, y'all just need to go ahead and remember, if you're not happy with what you're watching, scroll on past, because Unscripted ain't going to change. So until then, we're going to go ahead and shut it down for the night. December, Tom, Jim, all my other guests, thank you very much for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye-bye.